What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Leeds United Career Mode. We're into episode 89 now, and of course we've started our new season. We've showed you it last episode when we got ourselves the signing of N'Golo Kante, or maybe, well, yeah, it was last episode. He doesn't start here against Spurs, though. It was actually Reece Oxford starting this game. The reason being is because, of course, this is the Community Shield we're playing in against Spurs, and then we take on Liverpool after this in the Copa Europe. So we have two games in the space of about 3 days, and both for, like, you know, in terms of, like, what we can win. One of them I'm not really interested in, which is Community Shield, because, of course, we've already won it here, and I don't see it too important to us, but I want to get my hands on that Copa Europe. I forgot that, of course, the winner of the Champions League plays against the winner of the Europa League in that tournament, and, of course, it is an all-English final there, so we want to get one up on Liverpool. We want to bring that Copa Europe back to Ella with us, and it'll add a new addition in terms of the trophies here. But you can see Rudiger makes his debut today here against Spurs, one of the pre-contract signings we have signed into Ellen Road. And of course, guys, yesterday we uploaded a vote for Career Mode, which is a straw poll, which you guys can vote for, and let me know what you want me to do in terms of Career Mode. This is going to go to episode 100, regardless of whatever that vote is. But right now, in terms of what's winning, it is the Road to Glory, and the second vote winning is actually join a new team within the Leeds United Career Mode. So, you know, at the moment, it's not looking, you know, well, I just want to say right now, guys, if you're watching this video and you voted on that, please, please, please understand that I can't make everybody happy. You know, I can't, you know, choose everybody's Career Mode. It's not going to be one of these things that I can possibly do. So whatever vote wins at the end of the day is what you guys have voted for. So please understand that as much as I would like to do every single suggestion that you guys leave me, it's just not possible. So I apologise if you're, you know, what you want to see doesn't win, but of course I am going to start streaming at some point in the future, and you know, at stream times there may be a time when I'll do a Career Mode and I'll say to you guys, okay, what do you want me to do? So at some point in the future I may start streaming, and then of course I can choose what you guys vote. So again, I apologise if your vote is not the one that wins, and I apologise, of course, if you didn't want to see what actually does win, but hopefully you'll still enjoy the Career Mode regardless, and of course that's all I'm going to say about it too much. But we take on Spurs here. It was quite a cagey first half, in all honesty. I made a change at half-time, went to a 4-1-2-1-2. I am really trying to get used to this 4-3-2-1, but it's just simply not working for me. We have absolute quality going forward, but it just doesn't seem as though those players get on the ball all that much. I enjoy it in Ultimate Team, but on Career Mode, I'm not really particularly enjoying it. So I went back to a 4-1-2-1-2, something that we've won the league and the Champions League with, so I decided to go back to something familiar. And in the second half, Spurs, in all honesty, were the ones who came closest to scoring. You saw there, 71 minutes on the clock. I thought it was 1-0 Spurs, and somehow N'Kodo ended up putting in his effort just wide of the post. They brought on Chanaloglu and took off Dele Alli, and at this point I thought I'd made a mistake there after a really, really poor goalkeeping error from me, giving the ball to my centre-back, but in the end we managed to just scrape away with it, and all of a sudden the space opened up, and I saw the run of Iheanacho being made. A lovely passing move, you have to say, a fantastically worked chance here. 6 passes, we were in on the Spurs goal, and Iheanacho gets his first Leeds United goal. So Spurs 0, Leeds United 1, 84 minutes on the clock. A fantastic passing move to open up the Spurs defence, in which I could not do for the majority of this game. And then when they committed men forward in the last few minutes of the game, trying to get themselves a winner, which they should have had in the form of N'Kodo, we went up the other end and, of course, slotted that one home with Kelechi Iheanacho. So a very, very good victory here, and that was the way the game would end. So we pick up ourselves the Community Shield. Of course, we've won it already in the Career Mode. It's nothing important to us, but you can see by the match facts, we got absolutely battered in terms of shots. We had 3 with 1 on target. They only had 7 with 1 on... Well, actually, they had 7 and only got 1 on target. So in terms of that, to get 1 on target out of our 3 and score it, I was pretty happy with that. That was a poor, poor game in terms of finishing ability from both sides there. Really poor to not see either of them get over a 50% you know, shot on target ratio. So that's crazy. But we came out victors, and that's all that matters there. So Community Shield to add to our ever-growing trophy collection here at Leeds. But of course, we've won everything now. Well, I wanted to win anyways. Of course, we've got the Copa Europe to come, but I totally forgot about that. So one of the votes that we actually put out there was to move to a different club. And if you guys vote for that, of course, that will be coming in the next, well, the back end of this season anyway. As you can see here, we are in fact taking on Spurs, and Kante is in the starting 11. I cannot wait for this upcoming season. Kante, for me, is the best midfielder in the game. And a few of you guys predicted who it was actually going to be, who we signed in the previous episode of Career Mode. And yeah, he's just so good. He's just like the best midfielder, in my opinion, in the entire game of FIFA. Even on Ultimate Team, he's just a little god. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't already tried him out on Ultimate Team, try him out, because I guarantee you will not want to use another midfielder in there. Of course, if you have legends and stuff, then maybe you will. But for the price that he goes for, he's by far the best midfielder in the game for me. You can see here, the Liverpool team that we will be coming up against is a very strong one. I'm actually a huge fan of Sadio Mane. I don't particularly like him in real life, but I think that's because he's so good. You know, when I've seen him play, it just annoys me, man. But I genuinely think that he is an absolute god. I think he's one of... he's going to... If Liverpool win the title this year, guys, I'm going to put it down to the fact that Sadio Mane has allowed Adam Lallana to go backwards. Because, of course, Lallana used to play where Sadio Mane is sort of playing right now, and it's allowed Lallana to go backwards, and Lallana's shining there. I think Lallana is one of the best midfielders in the Prem in terms of creating chances and opening up defences, because he's just so good with both feet. And of course, Klopp's doing an excellent job over at Liverpool. As much as it hurts to say, being an Arsenal fan, if I had to choose any team to win the league, I think I would have to say Liverpool. They haven't won it in, of course, a few years now. And it would be nice as well, just because of the fact that I'm not really, obviously, being an Arsenal fan. I wouldn't want Chelsea to win it. I wouldn't want Spurs to win it. And me personally wouldn't want Manchester United to win it. So the only team that leaves that's not Arsenal is Liverpool. And of course, me personally, I think it's done for Arsenal. They've bottled it again. And of course, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know the joke that I actually put on there saying insert bottle joke here about Arsenal, because they ended up losing 2-1 to City and 2-1 to Everton, having been ahead in both those games. But I'm not going to rant on it about it too much, and we'll just get on with how the Premier League season's going and hopefully get 4th place again, because at the end of the day, that's as good as a trophy to Arsenal, or rather to the board anyways, not the fans, of course. But this game against Liverpool, guys, was extremely tough. Again, I ran the 4-3-2-1, much like I did against Spurs, and I was struggling to get my strikers involved. Lukaku, even though he was 99 strength, and also, I don't know how I didn't score here with him, in all honesty. I have no words for how I ended up missing that chance. It was a huge opportunity for Lukaku there, 25 minutes on the clock, and I should have buried it. That was my fault. I shouldn't have gone with a finesse shot. I did go with a finesse shot, and it's extremely poor from me. But for 99 strength and the heading ability that Lukaku's got, I don't know how he gets muscled off the ball. I have noticed it a couple of times. He seems to be getting muscled off the ball far too easily for me. With 99 strength, 6'3", he should be an absolute tank. And I'm struggling in terms of trying to keep the ball when I'm running at defenders. But that took us into half-time here. You can see 45 minutes on the clock. A very boring game from both sides. Not really too many chances. They brought on Renato Sanchez here. And as soon as they brought on Renato Sanchez, the game completely changed. And Liverpool got into it from the first whistle. You can see, straight from kickoff, they created a chance for themselves and really should have gone a goal up in this one. Climbed back into the path of Verratti, and a lovely worked move, I have to say, by Liverpool. It deserved the goal at the end of it. The ball goes out here on the left-hand side to Moreno. Moreno ends up dinking the ball into the path of Renato Sanchez, and a wonderful header from the substitute. Really should have given Liverpool the lead there, but unfortunately for them, it went wide of the post. Into the 82nd minute now, and it was all Liverpool in the second half. Moreno with another cross yet again. Lou punching this away. Renato Sanchez gets behind it again, though. Fantastic feat from him to get himself into the area, but the strike at the end of it was very poor from Renato Sanchez there. But he did make a difference for Liverpool when he came on, and we went in at 90 minutes. All square. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, they've dominated me for the majority of this game in this second half. You can see the 2 shots we had on goal were in our first half, and that was it. We didn't have anything in the second half there, so I changed up the formation from a 4-3-2-1 like it was on back to the 4-1-2-1-2. Of course, that is what we are familiar with. Put Kante in at CDM. I make a couple of changes as well. I think I bring on Januzaj, possibly bring on Barkley at this point, and maybe Joe Green. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Oh no, I made one change and it was Januzaj, so that's actually interesting. I thought I made more than that, but Januzaj comes off the bench for us, looking to make the difference, much like Renato Sanchez was doing for Liverpool, and it was us who actually had the best chance in the extra time here. Coming in the 119th minute of the game, it found its way to Baker into Kante, who for some reason was a long way at the pitch. Iheanacho through on goal, hits the post, and Kante really should have ended the game there. The follow-up from N'Golo Kante, as he slid in, went wide of the post, and I was absolutely gutted because it was a fantastic driven shot from Kelechi Iheanacho originally, but when Kante slid in there, I was thinking, what a hero, what a man this is. But unfortunately, he ended up putting his effort just wide of the post, and we went into penalty kicks for the first time in a final in the series, or rather, I'm going to call it a final because it basically is. We're into penalties, and you guys know how many penalties I've missed in this series so far, so I was not looking forward to this, but Kelechi Iheanacho steps up first, and a fantastic penalty from the number 10, 20, makes the score 1-0 on penalty kicks, and that was just an unbelievable penalty. But you guys know how good Lou is in goal, and of course, when you got Sadio Mane stepping up, Lou saved it. Originally, I was thinking he was going to go to the right. I guessed right, and of course, Lou makes a phenomenal save. And then, James Rodriguez, same corner, same penalty as what Iheanacho does, and I'm thinking at this point, you know what? I'm confident that Lou is going to absolutely just be a hero here and make a number of saves. Wijnaldum with a long run up in this one ends up putting his penalty against the post. So I was 2-0 up already in this game, and I'm thinking, yo, I'm going to win a penalty shootout. I have no idea how, and then I did this. I have no words for what I did. I don't know why I put that much power behind it, and I, of course, deserve to miss. And then a fantastic penalty in the end from, I don't actually sure who that was. It was Emre Can's number, I think. I don't actually know who it was. But anyways, good penalty from there. And then Martial steps up, and of course, it's saved in the end by the Liverpool goalkeeper. And at this point, I couldn't believe I'd thrown away a lead in the game that I had. But it was actually us who would actually get themselves back, or rather Liverpool get themselves back on other terms here. Fantastic penalty in the bottom right corner. The Tongan steps up, and I'm thinking, please do not miss. A fantastic penalty from our skipper. Put it wide of the post, and I couldn't quite believe the fact that we were possibly going to lose this. I was gutted. And Renato Sanchez steps up, And when you see Renato Sanchez step up, you're thinking it's going to be a goal. But Lou again comes in clutch. This guy is unbelievable. Januzaj steps up, goes down the middle, it's saved. And I genuinely thought this was it. I was thinking, you know what? Sod's law, I've missed how many penalties in the series so far. Moreno steps up with a chance to win it for Liverpool possibly. But Lou with the save yet again. So coming in clutch, our Chinese goalkeeper. I said to you guys, I absolutely love him and he's fantastic. And N'Golo Kante steps up and rifles that penalty into the top right left-hand corner of the goal, making up for his miss earlier on in the game. Here comes Klein now for Liverpool to try and get themselves back in this one with 3-2 up in this so far. Lou tried to put him off with everything he can do, but a phenomenal penalty in the end from Klein. It wasn't really in the corners, but he just held his nerve just enough as Grimaldo steps up for us, goes to the left-hand side. It was so almost saved by the Liverpool goalkeeper. I thought he'd saved that, but he didn't, and the left-back says thank you very much as Brooks steps up for Liverpool here against Lou. Lou already made a few saves in the penalty shootout. Was he going to make another one here against the number 43? A big run-up, and he smashes it over the bar, so we come out as victors in the Copa Europe here, picking up another trophy for our trophy case. But in all honesty, guys, the hero of the game has to go to Lou. Look how many penalty saves he made in that shootout. And honestly, guys, he is what won us that shootout. My penalties were poor. I had a couple of occasions where I should have done a lot better with the penalties. But a fantastic performance from our goalkeeper between the sticks made sure that the Copa Europe was coming over to Ellen Road with us. A wonderful, you know, I would say the penalty kicks from us were good. The ones we scored were good, but the ones we missed were absolutely appalling. You know, I missed the target twice, and that is simply not good enough. Baker putting his over the bar, and of course Jan Vertonghen putting his wide of the post. If you couldn't tell, by the way, guys, when I said it was a good penalty by a skipper, I was being sarcastic. It was nowhere near a good penalty from Vertonghen. Usually so reliable, but from the spot, not so much. So there you go, guys. We've pretty much won every single trophy available to us. The only thing left, of course, will be the Europa League, but it's a bit of a downgrade from the Champions League, so we're not going to be in the Europa League. And I think the only other one that we get to win, of course, is the Championship that we unfortunately didn't win in our first season. We came through the playoffs, so we managed to win that, I suppose. So we ended up getting something that's a little bit harder, in my opinion, to win than the Championship. Of course, the Championship coming out on top is the most difficult thing to do, but you have to hold your nerve over the playoffs, and that's what we managed to do as we got ourselves into the Premier League. So that's pretty much every single trophy won here at least now. And of course, one of the votes that you guys have available to you in the straw poll when I actually put it out yesterday was to join another team in the Leeds United Saves. If that wins, I will be showing you guys the teams available at the end of this season, and you guys can vote again on what you want me to do. But if it doesn't win, of course, we'll be going to episode number 100 with this one, and then we'll be starting a new career mode. So look out for whatever the vote ends up winning. And again, if yours isn't picked, I am sorry, I can't, I can't do everybody's vote. It's not possible to me. But if they don't get picked on this occasion, if I end up streaming at some point over the Christmas holidays or whatever, I will be using a career mode that hasn't been picked from the straw poll, and you guys can join the chat room and make sure you guys let me know what you think we should do. So of course, that's pretty much going to wrap up this episode. There's nothing really else too much to talk about, other than there's one thing I want to mention just before we end up going off the episode here, as we're lifting the trophy with Jan Vertonghen, a skipper on the day. The first thing, well, the only thing I want to mention here, guys, again, I've said it so many times so far in the videos, but I genuinely appreciate every single like, comment, subscription that you guys leave. It's mental to see that a channel that I started here fully was actually at like 130 subs or something like that. To see it go to 650 subscribers in the space of 2 months is mental, and that's down completely to you guys, and the support you show again is incredible. I appreciate every like, every comment, every subscription, and I try my hardest to reply to every single comment that you guys leave. But of course, the more the channel grows, the harder that's going to be. So if there's ever a time when your comment isn't replied to, just know I've seen your comment and I genuinely appreciate it. But sometimes it can be quite difficult with obviously what I do nowadays. It can be quite difficult to try and reply to every single comment. I'm going to still try to reply to every single comment because it gives you that sort of feel that you guys know who I am, I know who you guys, and I've seen a lot of you guys staying on the channel and commenting on a regular occasion. But if there's ever a time when I don't reply to your comment, please don't think that I haven't seen it or that I haven't acknowledged it. I have seen your comment. It's just that I haven't had the chance to reply to it. And I will genuinely try to reply to everything. But like I said, once we start getting a bit more sort of more subscribers and more comments start coming in, it becomes increasingly difficult to reply to every single one. But I will try my hardest to do so. Again, thank you all so much for 650 subscribers. Thank you all so much for everything you do for the channel. And of course, it's one thing me putting the videos out there, but at the end of the day, as long as you guys are enjoying them, that's the best and the main thing. So thank you all again for watching this episode, and I'll catch you all next time. Adios.